Let's be brutally honest. When a woman says no, she isn't rejecting intimacy itself. She's rejecting the man who failed to spark her desire. Most men never realize this. They think women are too complicated, or that patience and endless politeness will eventually lead to passion. But here's the hard truth. Attraction doesn't come from waiting, asking, or begging. It comes from presence, confidence, and masculine energy that makes her feel. Women crave intimacy as much as men do, but only with a man who knows how to awaken that silent fire within them. Not by tricks, not by manipulative words, but by embodying strength, clarity, and self-mastery. If you're the type who hides behind permission, who waits for the perfect moment, or who fears rejection, then you've already lost before you begin. Because in those first minutes, she already knows whether she wants to feel desire for you. And here's the key. Intimacy is never requested. It's provoked. The difference between the man she forgets and the man she craves lies in energy, psychology, and the ability to lead with stoic confidence. Today, you're going to discover why so many men remain invisible and how to step into the kind of presence that makes a woman stop, notice, and desire you without a single word spoken. Part 1. She doesn't want sex with weak men. This might sting, but it's the truth every man needs to hear. A woman never rejects sex itself. She rejects the weak energy of the man standing in front of her. When your presence is loaded with insecurity, neediness, or doubt, she shuts down instantly. Not because she doesn't enjoy intimacy, but because she cannot feel desire for a man who doesn't even believe he deserves it. Here's where most men stumble. They think being overly polite, endlessly respectful, or the nice guy will somehow ignite attraction, but all it creates is friendship, sympathy, or trust, not desire. Desire is sparked by masculine strength, not aggression, but direction. Not arrogance, but clarity. A man who moves with certainty, who doesn't apologize for his desire, and who doesn't need approval to act, that's the man who awakens her fantasy. Think about it. A woman doesn't dream of the man nervously asking, "Is it okay if I kiss you?" She dreams of the one whose gaze is firm, whose energy is unshaken, who makes her feel that spark without speaking a single word. And here's the secret. You can't fake it. Your body reveals what you truly feel. Your posture, your eyes, your tone. If they're filled with hesitation, she knows instantly. That's why the too nice guy so often gets left behind. He thinks patience will win her over, but she feels nothing. Then she suddenly disappears, or worse, starts dating a man who wasn't polite to the point of weakness, but instead carried himself with unapologetic presence. Harsh? Maybe. But this is human nature. Weak, uncertain energy never provokes desire. Masculine strength does. Part 2. Stop asking permission. Lead or lose. Here's a brutal truth. Every time you ask for permission, you kill attraction. The moment you say, "Can I kiss you? Do you want to?" What she hears isn't respect, it's doubt. And doubt destroys desire faster than anything else. A woman doesn't want to guide you step by step like a child. She wants to feel that you know what you're doing, that you can lead the moment with calm confidence. Leadership doesn't mean being aggressive or disrespectful. It means reading the energy, trusting yourself, and moving with certainty. Think about it. You're with her. The chemistry is flowing. The moment is perfect. But instead of leaning in with intent, you hesitate and ask, "Can I kiss you?" The tension dies. She was ready, but your doubt made her question it. Now imagine the opposite. You hold eye contact, move closer without a word, and let your presence speak. That unspoken confidence is irresistible. Women respond to what you project. If your energy says, "I hope this is okay," she pulls back. But if your energy says, "I know what I want and I'm grounded in it," she feels it in her body. This is where Stoicism is your ally. A Stoic man doesn't beg for permission. He leads with calm certainty. If she disagrees, she'll make it clear. But here's the secret. Most of the time, she was waiting for you to take that step. Lead or lose. It's that simple. Part 3. Female desire is silent, not logical. Most men fail with women because they believe attraction is a logical equation. If I'm nice, attentive, patient, and caring, she'll eventually want me. Wrong. Desire doesn't follow logic. It's emotional, primal, and silent. A woman might say she wants a respectful, stable, sensitive man, yet she often finds herself drawn to someone who fits none of those boxes. Why? Because what she says doesn't always match what she feels. Her desire doesn't live in her head. It lives in her body. It's triggered by energy, tension, and presence, not reason. That's why so many men end up frustrated. But I did everything right. Why didn't it work? She told me she wasn't ready. Then days later she was with someone else. The answer? She never felt anything with you. You gave her logic, availability, predictability, but not desire. Here's the truth. You don't need to understand what she wants. You need to understand how desire works. It can't be earned with patience or argued into existence. It must be provoked through presence, mystery, and confidence. When she feels your energy, but also senses you don't need her approval, that's when attraction ignites. Stop chasing her words. Start provoking her feelings. Desire isn't spoken, it's felt. Part 4. Your sexual energy speaks louder than words. Too many men believe attraction comes from saying the right thing, using clever lines, rehearsed compliments, or the perfect conversation. But here's the truth. Your words are secondary. What she feels from your body, your gaze, and your presence speaks much louder than anything you could ever say. If your energy is shaky, if your posture screams insecurity, if your eyes search for validation, she feels it instantly. You could be speaking with confidence in your voice, but if your energy is begging underneath, she knows. Women are wired to sense this. And here's the uncomfortable reality. Many modern men have buried their sexual energy so deep that they've forgotten how to express it with power. They hide it behind politeness, they smother it with overthinking, and then they wonder why she only sees them as a friend. But true masculine energy isn't about aggression or recklessness. It's about mastery. A man who has mastered his desire doesn't need to announce it. She feels it in the way he looks at her, the way he moves, the way he holds silence without nervousness. That kind of calm, contained sexual energy is magnetic. She doesn't just hear your presence, she feels it. If you repress your desire, you lose your spark. If you let it consume you, you lose respect. But when you control it, when you embody it, she can't ignore it. Because in that moment, you're not just another man chasing her attention. You're a man radiating power, centered in himself, and that's what she craves. Part 5. The man who doesn't react excites her. Here's the hard truth. Most men are far too reactive. If she doesn't reply to a message, they panic. If she posts a story, they overanalyze. If she pulls away, they chase harder. That kind of behavior doesn't show interest. It screams weakness, and weakness kills desire. A woman can only feel real attraction for a man who is emotionally steady, a man who doesn't crumble at silence, who doesn't seek constant validation, who doesn't let every little shift in her mood control his. That kind of man is rare today, and that's exactly why he's irresistible. Think about it. If everything she does or doesn't do changes how you feel, then she's in control. And once she senses she controls you, her desire disappears. But when she meets a man who remains calm, centered, and focused on his own life, no matter what, suddenly she's the one reacting to him. The reactive man is predictable. The cold man is unfeeling. But the centered man, the one who feels deeply yet never loses control, that's the man who excites her. He doesn't beg for attention, he doesn't collapse when ignored, and he doesn't revolve his life around her approval. Instead, he moves forward with purpose, and she has to decide if she wants to join. And here's the paradox. When you stop reacting to her, she starts reacting to you. She begins to wonder, why doesn't he chase me? Why doesn't he need my attention? What makes him so calm when everyone else is desperate? That curiosity turns into tension, and that tension turns into desire. The man who cannot be controlled, cannot be manipulated, and cannot be shaken. That's the man she secretly longs for. Part 6. Make her suggest it first. The trick. One of the most powerful yet least understood truths of female desire is this: when she feels she made the decision, her desire multiplies. It's not about waiting passively or forcing the moment. It's about creating an atmosphere where she chooses to cross the line herself. Most men ruin this by pressuring, rushing, or spelling out their intentions too bluntly. When is something going to happen between us? I like you too much. Can we spend the night together? The moment those words leave your mouth, the tension dies. Why? Because you've taken away her choice. She no longer feels the mystery, the freedom, the thrill of deciding. Instead, the art is in building silent tension, in letting your presence, your gaze, and your calmness speak louder than your words. When you hold back from rushing, when you stay grounded and unhurried, you create space for her to step forward. And when she does, it's far more powerful, because now it's her idea. It might come out subtly. Are you staying a little longer? Why do I feel nervous around you? Or even just a look, a smile, a lip bite. These are her ways of opening the door without saying it outright. And if you've created the right energy, confident, calm, magnetic, she'll walk through that door on her own. Remember this: sex isn't begged for, it's provoked. The man who pressures her gets pity at best. The man who creates an irresistible energy gets true desire, and once she feels like it was her choice, she won't just accept intimacy, she'll crave it. Here's the truth no one likes to admit. If you have to ask a woman for sex, you've already lost. Desire can't be negotiated, reasoned, or begged for. It must be sparked. When intimacy doesn't come from her own desire, what you get isn't passion, it's charity. And that's not what you want. You're not here to chase approval. You're not here to beg for attention. You're here to build the kind of presence that makes women feel something without a single word spoken. That presence comes from within, from discipline, stoicism, confidence, and a life that fulfills you with or without her. A man's true power isn't in pickup lines or sweet promises. It's in how he enters a room, how he holds his gaze, how he carries himself with purpose and calm. That energy makes a woman wonder, who is this man and why do I want to follow him? And when you reach that level, attraction is no longer a question, it's a natural reaction. This is your path. To stop being invisible, to stop being needy, to step into your masculine center and become the man she doesn't want to resist. Once you see the world through this lens, there's no going back.